said than done. But
much easier said than done. Yes.
so much easier to say. But to this day, I know for a fact that I would deal with a narcissistic suitor much better than I have in the past. Will I perfect it? I don't know. I think that it would, in fact, I know it would be a lot quicker and they'd be cut a lot quicker because I just won't play. It's not worth it. It's just not worth
Metaphorically, not literally cut, right?
Correct. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Sorry. I had to clarify there.
Yes, no terroristic threats here.
Yeah, so once you recognize it, then it's a matter of course is like, okay, so like if somebody you're trying to dating, I've been married for 42 years almost.
Amazing.
And clearly not a narcissist. So she puts up with all my stuff.
No way.
But
yeah.
So but in social settings, it's like, okay, this is a friend of a friend, or this is a coworker. Boundaries.
And what is that? Can you give I don't want to put you on the spot, an example of that?
All right. Well, you said it. You set one. You helped me set one. It's like, okay, don't. There's this friend fooled me. Didn't realize how bad the narcissism was, or they grew into it, or something. I don't know. So I think people certainly change over time. Sometimes better, and sometimes not for the better. So instead of I don't necessarily want to. I can't really cut the relations with this person, but I can be unavailable.
Yes, which is a boundary. That's taking
that is a boundary.
Stuff.
And unavailable is a beautiful technique because you're because I was trying to ignore, and ignore just brought on more wrath, right?
Yeah.
So if you're unavailable and you kind of like, oh, I'm sorry, I was, hey, I'm out of business travel, which for me is easy because I do a lot of business travel. Sorry, I've been in meetings all day,
sure.
Or hey, I'm out of town with the grandkids, or sorry, was working in the shop and I had the table saw going, didn't hear the phone. So if you're unavailable and you don't respond for 4 or 5 hours, or in my case 3 or 4 days. I'd like to tell you I'm not proud, but actually I'm very proud of that.
Absolutely,
that was a hard boundary.
That is a long time coming.
Yeah, so putting up that boundary. Well, what I've seen happen works really well is they okay, I'm not getting fed this guy. I'm going to go over to this person.
That's right, because they must have the supply fed to them. Their ego, or like they're fed to them. So if you're not going to be available to do it, then they move on. But if you're ignoring, that induces the wrath, and they keep doing their games.
Right, exactly. So you can maybe it's a trickle feed to the ego, but and in every case so far with different people that I've had to do this with, it works. Oh, I talked to so and so, and it's no big deal. Yeah. Oh, great, glad you got it worked out.
Yeah. Just and I think that we cannot be, and something I did not understand in my earlier empath years, cannot be everything to everybody. Cannot be. My question now, that never was before because of my upbringing, this is a foreign concept. My question to myself now is it of use for me? Does it bless me? And at the very least, does it hurt me? And it's a no-go. I'm not willing to sacrifice me anymore.
No, you can't sacrifice you. And I need to ask those questions to me. Will this do me any harm?
Yes.
Could this do me any harm?
There's too many people in the world. Why have the hurtful ones? And if it doesn't bless you, is there really a reason to keep the relationship? I mean, I'm talking reciprocal, give and take.
I was just getting ready to say that word.
Yeah.
And there's certain people in my life that I have either totally cut contact with or live very limited contact with because, like, okay, I have to. Okay, it's always the one person in particular has not asked me how I'm doing in over a year.
And such a basic question.
Yes, how's it going? Oh, your mom. You know, this is the anniversary of your mom's death, and a grandchild died. How are you doing with that? It was more. Oh, I didn't realize that was this month.
Yeah, I just cannot be there for you. Which we can look at. That's what I used to do. I used to look at all the reasons why, which induce compassion, and so therefore, not anymore. I can have love and compassion with distance. I can see the reasons, but if it doesn't work for me, it is okay for me to take care of me.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, you have to take care of you because they will consume you, spit you out, and then move on to the next person.
Yes, and then come back when you're less than spit out anymore. Yeah.
Would you stop reading my mind? Because
me.
Yeah, well, of course, the funny thing is we've had, even though we live very vastly different lives, the parallels are weird, and that's been one of them. They're very, very uncanny.
Yeah. So
that those are the things. Once you recognize it, you have to figure out the best way to deal with it, and ain't none of them the same. Everybody gets their own kind of special treatment plan, but there are very, very similar to where it's like, okay, avoidance is good. You know, stroking the ego when you have to is good. I do whatever I can though not to feed the narcissistic energy, and that's and being unavailable seems to be the best tact for me.
I like that. It shows grace for self and even for them, really. Everybody out there, the basic rule is the only way to win with someone you've identified as a narcissist, and it won't take you long in your life, is not to play, and that is the mantra for life. And let them have their needs taken care of on their own, but not feed off you for that. You know, please let me know if you relate to any of this. Send me some comments or any messages, any questions. And Brent, I sure thank you for sharing your life experience and being so open and genuine. I really appreciate that.
You're very welcome. And the only way this could have been more fun if you were sitting in here with me and we had coffee.
All right, but we can't have coffee because it's almost 10 o'clock at night for you.
Well, you know how I drink coffee. So.
That's true.
It's not too late for me. So.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Tammy.
Thank you. Blessings to you. Thank you, Brent. And thank you, everybody. Look forward to hearing from you. Please share the page, and we'll get you another recording out there soon. Blessings.